Hi there, it's me, Toby Neal, and I'm talking to you on December 8th, 2017, Wired Dawn launch day. Wired Dawn is the fifth in the Paradise Crime series with Sophie Ong. She is a side character who first appeared in Lay Crime Book 4, Broken Ferns. So if you wonder who this is about, she is Lay's good friend and Marcella's good friend. And she has her own series, quite a different flavor. They are action-adventure thrillers with a crime that's being solved and kind of a twist of romance in there. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. I have a lot of male readers on this series, and it's got a different feel to it, and that's really fun. So today's talk, to kick things off, we have swag. Woohoo! I love giving stuff away. Anybody who follows me knows that. And I'm always super psyched whenever I've got really good swag like today. So to start it off, we've got a signed Lay Crime series mug. All these are going to be separate prizes for different winners, so we can have more winners. And signed right there. And then we're going to have a signed copy of Blood Orchids. Don't be alarmed if things look backwards. It's just the way these Facebook videos work. I don't know why they show all the writing looks backwards, but it's fine. And I wish I had a Wired book, but I'm about to move. I'm actually moving to my new home this weekend, and all my books are packed up and elsewhere. So I just have what I have, which is Blood Orchids. It's a classic. You want it. You know you do. Okay. And then I have the big, exciting Mike Neal Maui calendar. So he's selling these on his website. If you haven't seen these before, they're always a crowd pleaser. Our lucky relatives get these every year as their Christmas gift. Every single photo is by Mike Neal, and he usually runs a fun Facebook survey to see which ones to go in. This year's calendar is awesome. So there's actually still time to buy one of the calendars if you want to from his website, or check out his Facebook page and you can get it there too. But I am giving away a signed one, so yay! The way these are going to work is the giveaways will be open for 24 hours after this post. And to enter, you just answer the question, what is your favorite thing about the holidays? And if you don't celebrate the holidays, I figure you should always celebrate something. But go ahead and answer, what do you like about the winter? What about this season? So enter that in the comments at any time, and that will put you in the running for the contest. I have a special surprise. Ha! This was not in the PR. A box of Maui Caramax. You just want to feast your eyes just on the box itself. And right now, as it's getting cold outside, anything that reminds us of Hawaii feels so good. I'm in Northern California right now, and I'm really homesick for the beaches and all of that. So this beautiful box is also for another prize. And then I'm going to throw in with one of the prizes, I'm not sure which, personalized postcard. So whoever's going to win that, they'll also win. Everyone who wins something is also going to get a free ebook of their choice. So I figure everybody's got to at least have some ebook of mine that they haven't read. So when you win, you'll get to tell Trisha, who's collecting my winners, which book you would like, and you'll win a free book as well. So there's that. So did I cover everything? Book. Oh, $10 Amazon gift card. So you can do your own shopping and buy more books. All right, so let me get into the meat of the talk. I kind of look forward to these. Doing the Facebook Live talk makes me feel like I'm celebrating my book launch. Oh, I see some people. Yay. There seems to be a lag or something, and I can only kind of see some of the comments, but I see something from Terry Trahan. Am I saying it right? And Aaron, and Angie, and Cheryl Davis. Hi, ladies. Hi, everybody. So glad you could join me. So I do have notes. I'm supposed to stay on task. Okay. Oh, there's a launch bonus in the back of the book. So if you buy it now or if you pre-order, this is a super steal of a deal. Hi, Terry. I basically, at the back of the book, you buy the book, you're going to get it downloaded. At the back, there's a special download link for a 3-book box set for the Scorch series, first 3 books. This is my co-authored series with Emily Kimmelman. If you haven't read them, oh my gosh, they're just so much fun. They're action-packed, hot romance, solving the crisis of a pandemic. It's very exciting, and mostly I love the family and the characters in these books. It's an Italian family, and they are gathering at their compound, and of course they're making lasagna and everything we love about Italian culture. So please take a look at the launch bonus. You'll really enjoy these books. You can also just look them up on Amazon if you're kind of curious, like, what's Toby doing with them? What is she talking about? You can check out the reviews. They're very well reviewed. Those who know about them or just love them. Okay, so moving on, discuss what inspired you to write Wired Dawn. Okay, so I grew up on Kauai, and we moved there in, I think it was the very beginning of 1970. I was 4 or 5 years old. We had a very interesting life at that time. My parents are both surfers, and we basically camped a lot. And they didn't call it being homeless back then. We lived in our van and we camped, and I was part of a tree village called Taylor Camp at one point, very nearby there. And throughout, Kalalau Valley is very near where we were. I spent most of my growing up years on the north shore of Kauai. And Kalalau is 11 miles in, a very rugged hike. You can also reach it by helicopter, which happens in the book. Alika comes back, woohoo! And he brings Sophie out, he flies his helicopter. So if you've flown the helicopter tour, I just cannot recommend that enough. It's insanely beautiful. I see hearts. Other people are agreeing. Yes, take the helicopter tour. Another great way to see the coast is, for the less than totally fit, is on a Zodiac boat ride. Those are pretty affordable. They go out of Port Allen. They're also fantastic. When I was growing up, we either hiked or nobody had those boat tours, and all of that wasn't going on back then. So we would just paddle our surfboards or boogie boards down and surf at the beaches on the way. And even as old as a teenager, I would take a surfboard down there on a calmish day. We would surf, and then we paddle back, or we'd explore the caves, because there's a lot of water caves along the way. It was something that we did a lot, and I loved it. We also camped back in those valleys, and it's rugged. And if you read the book, you'll get a feel for it. Now, I did take an artistic liberty. There's lava tubes in the book. They're a major plot point. I don't actually know that there's any lava tubes in Kalalau Valley. So that is a departure from reality. So anybody who's going to be like, Toby said there's a lava tube. There's a waterfall here. Where's the lava tube? Artistic license. Yes, I do have a fiction disclaimer at the beginning. So now you've heard it here. So that's some of the setting. The setting is like a character in this story. And we do spend a lot of time in the darkness. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So another thing that inspired me was in the news that there was a story about a rogue village of squatters that were way back in Kalalau Valley, and they were the Department of Land and Natural Resources was trying to oust them, and police were trying to oust them, and there was a lot of drug use and things like that, but I'm sure there was people living a healthy lifestyle as well. And there's reasons for that having to do with health and hygiene, and how the rivers get polluted when people are just living without proper sanitation and so on. So, but anyway, the story of the rogue campers that wouldn't be ousted really captured my imagination. So they appear in the book, and they have a role. So you might want to check that out. Okay. What are people saying about Wired Dawn? So I indulged myself in taking a look at the early reviews. Oh, they're so wonderful. So I want to read you a few of these fabulous reviews. I have advanced copy readers who got to take a look at the book. And I'm going to read this one right here. I don't have my glasses on. You'll have to pardon me. Okay. Let's see here. Which one was it? Okay. This book, this is by Cheryl, Lover of Pugs. I like her screen name. This is excellent. This book was so exciting to read. It is written so that you get to the perspective of many of the characters, and it makes for such an enlightening look into the characters' minds. The main character, Sophie, is, quote, off the grid, trying to hide out as she is accused of murder. While hiding out, she ends up doing what she does best, getting herself caught up in something bigger than she imagined. Oh, how true. She also has to deal with her debilitating depression, and to top everything off, she is trying to control her confusing feelings for the men she has had relationships with in the past. Sophie, being Sophie, leads us on an awesome adventure full of surprise, mystery, and edge-of-your-seat action. Toby Neal has kept us engrossed in this series and keeps us wanting more. I didn't want the book to end. Can't wait for the next book in the series. Thank you, Cheryl. The next book is actually, I am on fire with this series. I have to say all my energy and joy is going there right now. I am hard at work on Wired Justice. That comes out February 27th. We actually have links up above the video that you can check it out. Wired Justice is a continuation of Sophie's crazy adventures. In this book, Alika makes a return, and he's one of my favorite characters. There's actually 3 contenders for Sophie's heart. Connor, the ghost, Alika, who was her former MMA coach, and Jake Dunn, her partner at Security Solutions. All I'm going to say is she has not settled on a guy yet. In Wired Justice, she spends the whole book with Alika in this book, and you get to see his heart and why they broke up, and you get to understand him better. And in the next book, oh my gosh, she's off with Jake, and Jake is doing his level best to win her over. And so the action never stops with these, with the guys, and who is she going to settle on, because she's so confused. She's so damaged from her relationship with her ex-husband that she doesn't trust her emotions anymore. And so she's really in a quandary. And of course, they have these wonderful men, who could she, they're all great. So for me, it's one of the most fun aspects is I don't really know who she's going to settle with and who's going to be her final partner. But we're sure having a fun time with all the flirting. So there's that. So that is, yes, this is another one from Marion Westerling. Thank you, Marion, so much. Wired Dawn is the continuation of the journey of Sophie. Toby's strength lies in writing female leads who are tough as hell, but flawed at the same time. Amen. Just like the rest of us. They make mistakes and have to learn. Okay, my husband just phoned. I hung up on him. Okay, well, I hope it didn't interrupt the video. I hope he's not having an emergency. Okay, I'm reading now. Okay, continuing. Oof. I'm probably in trouble. Let me see. Where was I? She has kept us. Oh, yeah. Previous leads laid a great foundation. But the bigger question is, as each of her female leads start to enjoy the happiness that they have earned, I can only hope that Sophie will get there someday. But the bigger question is, with who? 3 strong men, all in love with her. Who will make her life a happy one? Who will she finally trust and let into her heart? That is the big question for me. Like, we can keep having these adventures, we're solving mysteries, but like, who's she going to settle down with? I don't know. But I'm having a lot of fun finding out. So back to current events and my script. So that's about Sophie and her character development. Wired Justice is available. Those links are there. You can see, you can check it out. I am on fire. Mike cannot tear me away from my computer. It's really funny because I'm supposed to be packing. Haven't done any packing while I was writing today. And it's launch day and I'm just writing. So I'm really, really enjoying this journey with Sophie. We are going to also have, because I kind of missed the Scorch series, the box link in the back, because we were writing romance for a year, I basically started to miss having that. It was light and fun and interesting. And so I decided to go ahead and start up writing my own again. And I am working on one called Somewhere in Wine Country. So if you read any of my books, there's somewhere on Maui, somewhere in St. Thomas, somewhere in the city, somewhere in California. And they're about three sisters who find their first love back in the 80s. Well, I have continued with their children. So Somewhere in Wine Country begins with the child of the first couple in Somewhere in St. Thomas. His name's Peter McCallum, and he is a young man wanting to find himself and figure out what his life is about. And he basically decides to buy a vineyard at auction, knowing nothing about grapes. And it's so... I'm sure I'm supposed to answer that. So anyway, it's called Somewhere in Wine Country. It's going to be coming this spring. And just keep an eye out for that. And if you're on my email list, you'll get an announcement. And I better wrap this up and find out what Mike is trying to call me about. Probably something about our moving. So we have a new home. We're going to be moving this weekend, I think, over to a new place on the Russian River. We're about 5 minutes from where we are. I'll show you a scene of the view so that you can see where I am now. And we're here taking care of my mother-in-law and helping with her. So that's why we're in this area. We kept our Maui house. We're still Hawaii residents, but we are in the mainland for a season. So I'm getting ready to have Christmas in my new home, and I'm super glad that we'll be in by Christmas and we'll get to celebrate with all of you. All right, so just to repeat, these giveaways are open for 24 hours. Ta-da, ta-da. Oh, and don't forget the Caramax. I love these things. And you can enter just by answering the question, what do you like about the holidays or what do you like about this season? And it's open for 24 hours. If you're a foreign winner, we'll have a cash equivalent prize for you. And stay tuned. We'll be picking winners tomorrow. And hope I'll be able to talk to you all soon. All right, check out the book and have fun this weekend. Aloha.